Good evening, marhaba. My name is Iliam Burbano, and I want to welcome everyone on behalf of Labor for Palestine. We're a small committee of committed activists. We're all in the room right now, taking on different responsibilities that have made this event possible. But we are very, very happy to be with you here this afternoon, and we're glad that you've all made it out. This is the official launch and the start of the Building Solidarity from South Africa to Palestine Cross Canada Tour, and we weren't sure even up to a few weeks ago that this was actually going to happen, so the fact that we are here is a great achievement. And we're very happy and very privileged to have with us our special guest, Dr. Amjad Barham. He's the president of the Palestinian Federation of Unions of University Employees and Professors, PFUUPE, and he's visiting us a long way from Hebron in occupied West Bank. Please welcome him. Before we get started with some introductory remarks, we want to thank Robert Massoud and Kevin Maloney here at Beit Satoon for hosting us again in this wonderful place, this community hub of progressive events and cultural events. Speaking tour that will take them from Vancouver to Regina, and they're going to be doing public speaking events here in Toronto, in Hamilton, London, Windsor, and Ottawa. So this is a tour with great national scope, and we're very, very glad that it can happen. Before we start the presentations, I just want to mention who our endorsers are, because it's important for you to get an idea of the scope, the national scope of this tour, and also particularly the gains and the strides that we have made in the Canadian and Quebecois labor movement in support of the Palestinian struggle and Boycott, Divestment and Sanctions movement. And this tour is organized or endorsed by the Canadian Union of Postal Workers, also organized by my union, Canadian Union of Public Employees, CUPE, the Ontario Division, the Federation, the Fédération Nationale des Enseignants et Enseignantes du Québec, FNEEQ, also the Regional Montreal Council of Quebec Federation of Labor, the FTQ acronym, the Confédération des Syndicats Nationaux, CSN, also the Vancouver and London district labor councils, among many other labor partners and union locals have endorsed this tour. Locally, we have the support, and we thank the support of the Coalition Against Israeli Apartheid, Faculty for Palestine, also endorses Independent Jewish Voices, Not in Our Name, and many other organizations, community organizations that are part of this movement at the grassroots level. And I want to list all those names to you, not just to list the names, but again to give you a sense of where this movement is at, particularly from the angle of the trade union movement. When 170 Palestinian civil society organizations made an international call to isolate Israel based on boycott, divestment, and sanctions, making the connection to the anti-apartheid movement in South Africa. When that movement was launched in 2005, it would be hard to foresee that 5 or 6 years later, we are able to do a national tour endorsed by grassroots union activists like myself and others that are part of this tour in this city and in all the other cities that I mentioned, but also that is supported by important labor bodies of the national scope of CUPW and CUPE Ontario, although it's an Ontario based union, it's an important union, as well as the Quebec labor bodies that I mentioned. So it's a testament, I think, to the resilience, the struggle of the Palestinian people, and all of us and all of you that are part of this movement through labor and all the grassroots organizations that you're a part of. We answered the call that the Palestinian people made. We did not remain silent despite the fact that we have faced, and many of you that are active in this movement have faced a lot of opposition, initially just to talk about the Palestinian struggle or to talk about the Palestinian people. And in some spaces, in some of our unions across this country, having that discussion is still difficult, but it's becoming less and less difficult. We are not where we were in 2006. We have advanced, and this space has been opened up. And one of the things that we have learned active in the labor movement and in community organizations is that that space isn't automatically granted, and the conditions will never be perfect for us to do Palestine solidarity work. There will always be opposition. There will always be people that secretly support the Palestinian people but are afraid to be open about it. But what we have learned is that we have to organize, and we have to advocate, and we have to push for that space in our unions, and then join up like we are doing today to be able to organize this tour. He's president of the Palestinian Federation of Unions of University Employees and Professors, and this federation represents unions at all Palestinian universities in the West Bank and Gaza. And also, he's a member, his federation is a member of the Palestinian Trade Union Coalition, the BDS PTUC/BDS, which he referred to, which includes almost the entirety of the blocs composing the Palestinian trade union movement, and is based on the Palestinian civil society call for BDS launched in 2005, as well as the standards adopted by the Boycott, Divestment and Sanctions National Committee, and the statement of this Palestinian Trade Union Coalition for BDS, which was issued May 4th, 2011, is at our table in the back, so we encourage you to take that with you and read this important statement. So with those words, that is the reason why we are here, and that is the reason why Amjad is here to start a cross-Canada tour. So please give him another warm welcome.